it is time to play the music. It is time to light the lights. It is time to get things started on the Muppets show tonight. If you don't know, I actually really love the Muppets. The Muppets is so silly and camp and wonderful, and actually this year celebrates the 70th anniversary of the Muppets. And I thought it was time to celebrate by casting the Muppets in musicals. But it's such a monumental task, I can't do it alone.
Hey! I'm back!
Now, Amelia pitched this idea to me after her stagey business event. Go buy all of Amelia's stagey stitching kits. Business plug right here.
Subtle.
We were on the tube coming away from this event. We were slightly tipsy, and we started discussing casting the Muppets in Hamilton.
This is my favourite icebreaker, or like if you just ever need to talk about anything. Casting the Muppets in a TV show, casting the Muppets in a film, which film would you pick? Which musical would you pick? It's become one of my favourite things, and I was on holiday with my boyfriend and his family recently, and after quite a few Aperol spritzes, we came up with the most perfect cast for the Muppets, akin to the rules of A Muppet's Christmas Carol, etc. So you've got one key human, and then the rest are Muppets.
But you can have more. You can have more. I will fight on this.
But it's one of my favourite things ever. It's just such like harmless silliness. I pitched this to Ellie and thought this would be the perfect idea for a YouTube video. So here I am.
So today we have picked 3 musicals. Newsies, Hamilton and Hadestown. And we have come up with our own casts individually. And we are going to pitch Muppets we would cast in these musicals. But if you haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Ellie. I talk about theatre. I am the most chaotic theatre person on the internet, and Amelia is matching my energy today. I do reviews, discussions, whatever this is, game shows, versus brackets, and so much more. And if any of that sounds interesting to you, please consider hitting like and subscribe. It really helps me out, helps out the channel. And also check out Amelia's amazing business down below, links in the description. But let's cast the Muppets in a musical. We are going to start with Newsies. Now, we've picked a lot of musicals with very heavy male casts because the Muppets is an ensemble with a very heavy male cast.
Yeah.
We're not adverse to some gender fuckery.
Oh yeah, I'm 100% up for switching genders, and I have done.
Can you believe I haven't though? Can you believe I've kept it to gender weirdly?
Ooh, interesting.
All these Muppets with their woke genders.
Right, I know. Did we not know there were only 2 genders of Muppets? Sorry, guys.
It's Muppet and Moopet.
Nice.
So we're just going to go one by one. We're going to speak character by character, and we're going to see if we agree. I think Jack Kelly we're likely going to be on the same page.
I agree.
Have we gone Kermit?
No.
Oh. Now, I think it's quite important because I think Piggy has to be Catherine, but we'll discuss. I think Jack Kelly as a leader fits Kermit quite well. He's, I think Jack Kelly's a bit more determined, but we have seen in certain other Muppet adaptations, some character dynamics have been shifted. Look at Treasure Island. Kermit always gets those kind of like leader roles, like the captain of the crew, and even if like the character traits aren't like one-to-one, I do think Kermit has that drive and that motivation as a leader to be the one to lead that ensemble.
I've given Kermit a role that fits that.
But I think Jack Kelly suits him well because that's also one of the only like romantic relationships in Newsies as well. I'm going to guess then that you've given it to Gonzo.
No. Stick with me here because you may not like this, but I love it. I have cast Jack Kelly as the only main human role.
Oh, okay.
But he must be played by Jeremy Jordan.
He's a bit old now.
Doesn't matter.
He's just a touch old.
I do not care. I would like Jeremy Jordan with his full serious Santa Fe. I need like the New York grit of like, I hate life. I want to live in Santa Fe. I want him and that energy interacting with the Muppets. Because I think when you look at Christmas Carol, it only works because Michael Caine plays Scrooge with such seriousness.
And I will say there's two ways you can go with it. You either be deadly serious or deadly camp and silly.
And I want Jeremy Jordan deadly serious. And I think he would deliver. I think it's the perfect solution. Do not worry, because I have got Kermit in the right role for him.
I like the pitch of Kermit going into a different role, but I still think he's perfect for Jack Lay.
I like it.
But then you also have the romantic storyline. And if you've said that Jeremy Jordan is your only human,
yeah,
who is your Catherine?
I feel like Miss Piggy is the natural choice.
Full-on relationship with Jeremy Jordan.
You know, I wouldn't argue with that. I'd quite like to see that. But, and I don't know whether this is me and my long-term affection for Beaker, because my partner calls me Beaker, because all he hears when I open my mouth is me, 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 me. But I think trying to having Beaker perform Watch What Happens. Like, I just want it for that. So maybe Beaker. I don't.
I love how I'm trying to take this deadly seriously and you cast Beaker as Catherine.
I have.
I've gone with Miss Piggy. I think, that's the clear romantic relationship. And I also think in general, like, you have, like, your main Muppet characters who always go into, like, the main roles.
I think we've started strong.
Can we do Davy and Les together? Because I have a pitch for them together. Now, I think I know who you've pitched, but I would like to give mine first.
Go for it.
If you watch a lot of, like, Muppets Christmas Carol, if you watch Treasure Island, do you know who always have, like, the two closest relationship? Gonzo and Rizzo the Rat.
Oh,
I think that casting Davy as Gonzo, because Gonzo's always, like, quite a dreamer. Gonzo is one of my favourite Muppets. Also, like, the most fruity Muppet. Like, the most, like, queer-coded Muppet. I feel like it makes a lot of sense that I relate to Gonzo.
Love it.
I feel like going Davy as Gonzo and then doing, like, the younger brother as Rizzo.
Oh.
Because don't they say that they're brothers in Treasure Island as well? I may be misremembering this. I watched these all like a couple of months ago. But I swear there's like a joke where they're like, oh yeah, we're related, and they don't look anything alike.
I love that.
I think Rizzo going into that Les role could be really funny as well. There's even, like, the moment where, like, Les gets the date.
Yeah,
and that can be the other rats. That could be the other rats. Those two have, like, come together as, like, the holy epiphany of casting. Like, I think they're so perfect. Who have you cast? Because I'm going to guess that this is your Kermit role.
Yes, Davy is my Kermit.
And Robin the Frog is Les.
Can you imagine? It's so cute.
It would be adorable.
They're so cute together. Like, my favourite bit of the Muppets Christmas Carol film is the "'Tis the season to be jolly and joyous, la la la." I love that bit. When November rolls around and the joy of Christmas starts to appear, and it does start in November. Don't be a Scrooge, guys. It does start in November. So I have ADHD, so I constantly have one tab open playing music. That's the tab that's open playing music for 2 months.
This video concept is just our two respective ADHDs combating each other.
Would someone without ADHD be able to come up with a video idea like this? I don't know.
I feel like if we're gonna, like, ever have one where we, like, push aside someone else's idea, I feel like this is the one where, like, my one trumps.
Love it.
Thank you. I'll take my bow. I'll edit applause in right now. Hold on. Meda Larkin. Now, Meda Larkin is my only human in the Newsies cast. I've been weirdly adverse to casting humans, and I'm like, because I just want to cast Muppets because it's more fun. Like, I have my respective rule of, like, you can have more than one human. Like,
yeah.
The Muppets films normally have more than one human. It's not limited to just one human. Meda Larkin would be played by a big upcoming actress, a huge name who I think is not only, like, perfect casting for this role, but is now so big that they could only ever cast it if they did a big film adaptation. Cynthia Erivo.
Oh my god.
I think Meda Larkin is the perfect role to cast with a human in this. And I feel like having, like, that guiding hand and that person looking out for them being a human fits a lot of, like, the Sesame Street vibe.
Oh.
and Meda really feels like that motherly figure. I feel like that would be really cute, having like Cynthia Erivo as Meda helping Kermit along. The theatre being run by Cynthia Erivo is just absolutely perfect. We would find a way to put the Defying Gravity riff into the score of Newsies as well, so I think it all comes together.
I like that a lot. That's really sweet.
Thank you.
I went for... Obviously, I think Meda Larkin should be played by a black woman, obviously. But when you're looking at the Muppets, what is a thing? Gender, race, like, it's all so here, there, and everywhere. So I would like to say that if there was a Muppet who fit the casting of Meda Larkin better than the Muppet I have chosen, that would obviously be my choice. But I have gone for Janice, who is the one who is in the band, and I really like her energy for that. I think she'd be really like cool and like really chilled about it, and also she's got that really nice energy of like the motherly vibes. But also it means you could then have Electric Mayhem as the band in the performance.
But that's so funny because I've literally written down that I was going to say that they would be performing at this theatre as well.
Yes, perfect. This is their time.
I don't think you need Janice to be Meda to have them perform there, so.
No, but I quite like the vibe of her sort of. I think she'd play the role well.
Pulitzer. Mean, villain role, very stern. I have gone with Sam the Eagle. Sam the Eagle is low-key one of my favourite Muppets. I love Sam the Eagle so much. I feel like he suits those kind of like stern roles. I can really picture him like in that office singing those roles. I feel like he'd shove in like some American dreamisms, and like he's got that kind of energy.
I really like that. I have gone for someone different. However, I've gone for this because I think it's a real stretch from who they are. So I want to see acting. Do you know what I mean? I want to see commitment to the role. So I've gone for Fozzie Bear.
Oh.
Which is a really rogue choice. However, I think it's quite funny. I want like the full suit. I want the full seriousness. I think watching Fozzie Bear admonish my Jack Kelly, Jeremy Jordan, is hilarious. So I quite like that. I've really enjoyed who I've put as like Pulitzer's aides and like Pulitzer's barber, because I think that like that whole scene would be phenomenal.
Should we go to who I've cast for Fozzie?
Yeah.
Because Fozzie always goes into like the best friend roles. If you look at the original Muppets, who does the road trip together? It's Kermit and Fozzie.
Yeah.
I think Fozzie is Crutchy.
Oh, I like that.
Could you imagine the opening scene? Could you imagine the opening scene where they're up on like the rooftop and it's just Kermit like comforting Fozzie? That's so sweet and
That
cute.
is lovely.
I've gone for like a much more traditional casting for this.
Yeah,
than
I've gone
I feel
out
like you
there.
have.
I've gone really out
You
there.
went wild.
I quite like this. I like that we've got a bit of debate, and I am really looking forward to the comment section of this video because I really hope we've got like proper discussion going. It's going to make me really happy. I've got a slightly different pick for Crutchy. I've gone for, and I really like the idea of the really sweet opening scene, so I kind of have the same vibes. I've gone for Gonzo.
Gonzo could play so many different roles in this show. I'm like,
Honestly,
I can see Gonzo as like 3 different characters here. Gonzo's a swing.
Do you know what? So true. Get Gonzo as a swing. Like, I think he'd like slay.
But also, I will say it makes sense that Gonzo has injured his leg because of all the tricks that he does.
It did. It was one of the first ones where I was like,
I don't know. I'm still very like true to my idea of having Rizzo and Gonzo together. That I'm like, no, but also I like that. So now we've gone through all of our main characters. We're gonna go through some supporting characters and kind of quickly throw out ideas and laugh at them and see what we feel. Pulitzer's aides. There's 2 Muppets I feel like are so integral to the Muppets that I couldn't not cast them. So my aides are Scooter and Rolf.
nice. Mine are Waldorf and Statler.
I've got them in slightly different roles, and you're gonna
I like
see.
it.
Right? I
Okay,
do like
okay.
that. I almost put Waldorf and Statler as Pulitzer together.
That was nearly what I did too, but I thought if you start having them like...
I thought Sam was stronger.
I like Sam the Eagle. I think that's really good.
The barber, I I have gone for both Beaker and Bunsen sharing the role of the barber. Could you imagine trying to both do the barber shenanigans
I
and like
love
doing like a
that.
weird machine with it and like exploding out from the roof and stuff? Like them being the barber together makes me laugh so much.
That's amazing. I really like that. I've gone for someone slightly different because obviously my beaker is Catherine. I don't know what possessed me. I'm taking this really seriously, guys. Yeah, my Pulitzer's barber is the Swedish chef.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
I thought it was really funny. However, on that basis, yeah, absolutely. Like, I think that's perfect. But on that basis, I have a cameo that I have invented. There's a bit where there's like nuns in like the start of the show where they sing the like,
Oh, yeah.
bless the children. That bit.
That's the chickens for me.
Camilla and the Chickens. 100% Camilla and the Chickens.
Oh, yeah, we were in the same wavelength.
Oh yeah. It's got to be Camilla and the Chickens. I want it with like full seriousness. The chickens and habits. Like, that's exactly what I want.
The Delancey brothers. So there's a lot of different workers at these factories. We have the Delanceys. This is where I've put Statler and Waldorf.
Ah, okay, I like it.
I feel like you need a dynamic duo, and I feel like I know those two are like normally younger, but I like the idea of them opening the factory gates and them just making fun of the Muppets.
Oh, yeah, no, I do like that. I've gone for humans because I want,
okay.
and this will crop up again later in this video, I want the people who are mean to the Newsies to be humans. I just think it's funny because the whole point is that you want to side with the Muppets, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
The people who are like mean to the Muppets, as in like the Delanceys and like Weasel.
I've got a different Muppet pitch for Weasel though, and Schneider as well. If you don't know Newsies amazingly well, Schneider is the one who runs the refuge.
Yes, I've got, and this is a niche one, Old Joe, who's the spider from Muppets Christmas Carol.
I've also gone for a kind of niche Muppet. I've gone for Uncle Deadly.
Oh, yes, I like that. I do like that. That's really nice. Who else have you got?
So, we've also got Weasel, who I've gone for Sweetums. I just really like the idea of Weasel coming in and being like the giant stumpy Sweetums. Just like...
That is really good. You've got one silly idea and I've cast the entire thing as ridiculous.
And your Weasel is?
I don't know. That was one I really struggled with, so I quite like that idea. Yeah,
you can steal my idea, it's fine.
I honestly, I'm with you on that one. I think that's really good.
I think all of like the side Newsies would be like just random Muppets.
Bean Bunny.
Oh yeah, the bunny.
I want Bean Bunny as
I
one
also
of the
really
Newsies.
like I would really love if they changed the line, and I lost my shoe, to, and I lost my fish, and it was New Zealand.
Ah!
So yeah, I think a lot of those side Newsies can just be like miscellaneous Muppets we haven't cast yet.
Yeah.
Especially in your one, there's like quite a few like main Muppets. You haven't even got Piggy. You haven't cast Piggy.
Well, I don't think it's fair that she gets all the main roles. Sorry, Miss Piggy.
Piggy would be having a fit if she heard you say that. I'm sorry.
Look, I've directed quite a few productions in my time, and I've dealt with some...
Divas.
I've dealt with my fair share of divas.
The final character that I want to cast, I know you haven't cast this one, but I think that the Brooklyn Newsies
Yes.
should be led by Animalist Spot.
Yes! That is so perfect.
Ah, Brooklyn's there!
I love that. I really love that. I can't believe I haven't cast Animal. Animal's one of my absolute favourites.
Let's move on to Hadestown. Now, Hadestown is a lot smaller in cast.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have not cast a human. I will say that. In this cast, I have not cast a human. I think everyone in Muppets Hadestown should be a Muppet.
Okay.
So, let's start with Orpheus. My choice for Orpheus is massively hinged on who I picked for Eurydice. This is probably my silliest choice, but my Orpheus is Gonzo.
I like that. I really like that.
As I said in the last one, Gonzo's the dreamer. Gonzo, I feel like, has a lot more of the Orpheus energy. I feel like instead of writing a song, he would be working on the trick to the cannon shots that will bring spring back.
I love that. I think Greek mythology wise, you're gonna anger some people.
I think Kermit and Piggy suit different roles in this. So I think that Gonzo is my Orpheus. I think
it.
he's so perfect for it, but that means we have to have a natural love interest for Gonzo. And as we all know, we know who Gonzo's love interest is, which does mean that my Eurydice is Camilla the chicken.
I don't actually know what to say.
I'm sorry, you cast Beaker in the role of Catherine. You can't say anything about this.
That's so true.
I think when we look at Muppet love stories, it is Kermit and Piggy and Gonzo and Camilla. So I feel like these two together would be really beautiful. And also, could you imagine how sad it would be to see the little Camilla puppet slowly sink into the underworld?
Oh no. I'm going to be so for real. I've gone in a slightly different direction. I want Eurydice to be my only human. And based on the fact that I saw it recently, I want it to be Desmond Cathbell because unreal.
She's gorgeously stunning. Can I give an alternate pitch? If we're going to have Eurydice as a human, I do think it needs to be someone with, like, big celebrity status.
Okay.
Rachel Zegler.
Oh, I like that.
She'd be a great Eurydice.
I love
She'd be
her.
a great Eurydice. I just can't ever see her doing it, like, in London or on Broadway. Like, I feel like she'd do it as, like, part of a film. Like, if
She'd
they
be
ever made a film
unreal.
version of Hadestown, I feel like she'd, like, put her in there. She's absolutely perfect for it.
Whoever plays Eurydice, they've got to be phenomenal, as both of those choices are, and play it with full seriousness. Again, this is like, This is the rule I demand. You must play it with full seriousness. And therefore my Beaker...
Your Beaker!
No! I ruined it! My Orpheus is Beaker. Me.
You moaned at me putting Camilla in the role of Eurydice, and you put Beaker?
Yes, I did.
Surely it's Beaker and Bunsen. That's a true love story.
I would agree, but we're not having Bunsen as Eurydice. I'm sorry, I can't do that.
What about Beaker as Eurydice and Bunsen as Orpheus?
No, I think Beaker's got that
because Beaker's the one who's always put into harm's way. I'm gonna take your idea and take it deadly seriously right now. Beaker is the one who's always put in harm's way. So I think the fact that Beaker is the one to be sent to the underworld makes a lot of sense with how the experiments are laid out. So if you have Beaker be Eurydice and Bunsen as Orpheus, I feel like that makes a lot of sense. And then when you have the turn round moment, Beaker just like slowly like melts into the underworld, and it's like an invention by Bunsen as well. That's gone wrong.
I just want to see Beaker doing the walk.
I am actually just fully casting like pretty like faithful like Muppets doing these musicals, and you've just gone, let's put Beaker into as many main roles as I can.
Beaker's never going to get a main role anywhere else, really.
Okay.
Other than me.
So in your fantasy Muppets casting, you need to make sure that you promote Beaker as much as you can.
When you do more of these videos, you come back to me and you tell me if you've had people be brave enough, bold enough, visionary Jamie Lloyd style enough to put Beaker in main roles.
Jamie Lloyd's The Muppets. Kermit ends on the stage covered in blood.
Oh no! We'll be getting letters from legal about that. Jesus Christ. Me. I think it's just the best thing you could put on a West End stage, and I've said it with chest, and I'm not taking it back. Sorry.
Okay, let's move on to Persephone and Hades. I think Persephone and Hades are Kermit and Piggy. Piggy has the most Persephone energy I've ever seen of anyone ever.
Absolutely.
Could you imagine her version of Our Lady of the Underworld? Could you imagine the power that would hold?
I also want to hear at the end of Act 1.
But a lot can happen on the factory floor when the frog turns his back. Ah! Anyone want a drink?
That's exactly how it has to go.
But could you also imagine how, like, chaotic her, like, dancing with Camilla would be during living up on top? Piggy also has, like, the right energy for, like, way down Hadestown as well.
Oh,
could you imagine that? Like, Piggy getting all of that, like, fiery, like, punchy energy. I think the only thing that's going to be weird to see with that, like, admittedly, is that, obviously, Kermit, as obviously that relationship is quite cold as we see it in
Yeah.
Hadestown, and that was my only hesitancy. But I just felt like Piggy was more perfect for Persephone than Piggy was perfect for Eurydice. I felt like I could see Piggy doing a lot more of like the Persephone role, and because their relationship is never like perfect, like Piggy's always much more into it than Kermit is. I think it's gonna be an interesting dynamic to see. I mean, we saw some of that in like something like Treasure Island as well. When we do meet Piggy in that film, she's not massively in love, and she's like quite angry with Kermit at the moment. But also, I really love the idea of when they do the dance. She's like, "Oh, Kermit."
I do like it. I mean, it's got to be Miss Piggy as Persephone. That's also who I had. Of course, there was no other choice. However, my Hades.
You have split Kermit and Piggy up, monster. You monster.
I did, and I regret nothing. My Hades is Sam the Eagle.
I see it.
Can you see the vision, like the seriousness? We've got to build a wall.
I don't see them together. I don't see them together.
But I think their relationship is a bit here, there, and everywhere. I think it sort of depends on like actor interpretation, very much.
Can I also pitch? Because I feel like there's a lot of Muppets who would really suit like the character of Hades, but don't really suit that character dynamic. Bobo the bear. Bobo the bear. Could you imagine? Hermes. Fozzie Bear.
Oh, I like that. That's nice. That is lovely.
To know how it ends and still begin to sing it again.
He's too chirpy. He's too happy.
But it would be so funny because I feel like he's got that energy. And could you imagine him like walking out? You know at the start when like Hermes does like the nod to the audience and like the "you're right."
Yeah.
He like pulls out a microphone and is like, "All right."
I've gone for someone slightly different. I've gone for Kermit.
Okay.
Because I think the nice, like, loving, like, taking Orpheus under his wing, like, I think that's really nice vibes. And I think Kermit has the gravitas and the, like, the gravitas we're talking about Muppets!
I can see that. Because I feel like Kermit does often get those kind of, like, caring roles as well.
I do also just want to see Kermit and the sparkly umbrella. That would bring me a lot of joy.
Equally so, I want to see Fozzie and the sparkly umbrella.
I want to see anyone with the sparkly umbrella.
Because also, like, Fozzie is a hand puppet, so he has more control of it as well.
Oh, okay. The Fates?
My Fates, I would like to extend the amount of Fates that we have, because I would like the Electric Mayhem to be the Fates. I think it makes sense because they're actor muso, and we all know that they are very musically inclined. Could you imagine?
Animal!
When your body aches to lay it down, when you're hungrier! Like Animal's ferocity. I like the idea of like them all playing this music and then they've got like Animal on a chain. You could have like other Muppets, but like a lot of the other Muppets don't like group up into threes. And I was like, I don't feel like I have like a collection that feel right of like a dynamic trio. So I was like, let's expand it and let's give it to the Electric Mayhem.
I'm going for Gonzo.
Okay.
Rizzo.
Okay.
And Fozzie. Which I think, obviously I want them in like good roles. But also I think there's some real like, they could be really like playful with it. You know how like the Fates are quite spiteful? I think they could actually be a little more playful with it, and like especially like having Gonzo and Rizzo team up together again in the same way that they did to narrate Muppets Christmas Carol. I think having them a little bit more involved in the story.
But I will say my casting. I think overall my casting on that is pretty watertight.
I like it. I do like it, and I like how differently we've gone.
But it's like there's so many Muppets within, because it's such a small cast. There's so many Muppets in there that I feel like would have to be like given bigger roles within like the workers, like Rolf, like Scooter.
Yes.
Those workers in the Underworld would need to get additional material in this version.
Yeah.
I think we can now come to our final one, the one to start the conversation.
It's time for Hamilton.
It's time for Hamilton. Now, this is a big old cast. We've got a lot of people to cast. Hamilton, I think we're in agreement. Kermit?
Absolutely.
I considered having Kermit as Burr.
Ah.
I feel like Burr is the main character, and I always feel like you kind of see Kermit going into like the main role or like the second main role, which I've kind of gone with a lot of these. But I felt like Hamilton felt more right for Kermit. especially within the relationship that it builds up, especially
Mhm.
with who I've cast as Eliza. I think if you've seen anything with hard castings before, you can kind of guess who I've gone with for Eliza. Is this one of the first time you've actually agreed?
I think this one we're going to be we've got it nailed, because I do think that this cast is the most perfect thing ever.
And I think we can both agree that Eliza is Miss Piggy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Burr is where we're first going to disagree, because I know for a fact that you think that Burr should be a human, right?
Yes, I do. You still got to go for the Scrooge thing. Fully serious. And specifically, my Burr must be played by Billy Nevers. No question about it. Sorry.
You know who I can't... I don't think they would ever be able to do it. But do you know who'd be really funny? Keegan-Michael Key. A la Tim Curry.
I like that.
Keegan-Michael Key is an actor. He's not like the best singer, and that's like the one thing. Like, I don't think he's gonna like do the rap amazingly well. But like from like a chewing the scenery Tim Curry style, I think Keegan-Michael Key being so adamantly furious at a tiny Kermit the Frog would be Tim Curry levels of hilarious. That's not who I've cast though. And that's my side suggestion for a human playing that role. I want Gonzo. I like Gonzo in lead roles, okay? Gonzo's my favourite. If Beaker's getting all of your lead roles, Gonzo's getting mine, okay?
Beaker hasn't got a lead role in this one.
Okay.
I've been restrained.
I think Gonzo being that role makes a lot of sense, because also Burr is the narrator of Hamilton as well. And as we've seen with Christmas Carol and Treasure Island, Gonzo does kind of fit into those narrator style roles sometimes as well. So I feel like him being Burr and speaking a lot to the camera and to the audience, doing it as well, I feel like makes a lot of sense. Obviously, Burr has a very complex character arc, which would sadly make my beloved Gonzo look a little bit less fun, but I like the idea of him playing Burr. And also that means that in a cameo we see Theodosia, not the daughter Theodosia, but the mother Theodosia, being Camilla the chicken. Theodosia writes me a letter every day, and you just look at the letter and it just says buck. I think we also agree with Angelica and Peggy. Now, I think we both found it really difficult to cast female Muppets, because there's like two.
Yeah. Someone should really fix that.
We have gone for the same. I know for a fact we've gone for the same here.
Bettina and Belinda, who are the daughters in Muppets Christmas Carol.
But now they are the sisters.
Obviously, they need to be like aged up.
Yeah. But I think that's naturally done. I think unless you do like what they did in the weird, and honestly, I did not like that film, but what they did in Muppets Wizards of Oz, where they just make Miss Piggy all three of the witches and don't really address it massively. They're just like, yeah, she's all three of them. That's the only other way you could do it. Angelica's such a big role that I'm like, I don't like the fact that I'm not casting like a big Muppet into that role. But I'm like, yeah, let's give it to. I feel like Piggy suits Eliza's role more.
I agree, especially Burn.
I mean, if Congratulations was still in the show...
Why is that not still in the show? That's the question.
If it was still in the show, Miss Piggy would be Angelica. And I'm not adverse to having Miss Piggy be Angelica. Because Angelica is more outspoken. Like, I'm not completely against that. But
Absolutely.
Because of how the show ends and because of Eliza and Hamilton being the relationship that sticks together, that's why I naturally lean more towards that.
I like it. I think that's solid casting, I think.
We will look over the fact that in Muppets Christmas Carol, they were Kermit's daughters. That's not what's happening. That's not real.
No.
That's not happening. We plug our ears and go la 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 la. That's not real. We ignore.
No to Muppet-cest.
No to Muppet-cest. What is this video? Maria Reynolds walked into Kermit's life, and it is
It's
Janice.
also Miss Piggy. No.
No, it's Janice.
I think it's also Miss Piggy.
This is the only other like female role in Hamilton that we are handing out. So like,
I did leave Janice off this list, to be fair, so I would accept that it could be Janice.
Could you imagine Janice coming in like playing the guitar? Like...
Never seen Alexander Hamilton serenaded. But you know,
I think Janice has those kind of vibes. She's like the laid back kind of rocker chick. I feel like she could pull off a Maria Reynolds. But that also means that James would be played by Dr. Teeth.
Okay. I have a slightly different one for this, which I think is hysterical. So if I am having Mariah Reynolds also be Miss Piggy / a form of Miss Piggy, I want James Reynolds to be Constantine, otherwise known as Evil Kermit.
We're whipping out the Muppets Most Wanted. I would like to say an underrated Muppets film.
Phenomenal.
I like that idea, but I'm like, because we haven't seen Constantine do any of those, I feel like Constantine is like too similar to Kermit that I'm like, I don't want Constantine in this style of film. He's in jail. Keep him.
Constantine has another role in my Hamilton casting.
Oh, he's multi-rolling.
And I think might be one of the only one who multi-rolls. I have Constantine down as the bullet. Like he's just sort of coming for him. Like throughout
didn't
the show.
cast the bullet, but if I was, can we not have like New Zealand?
Yeah.
And the fish is the bullet. Oh, this is peak content. If you have not liked and subscribed right now, I'm annoyed.
What else will make you at the end of the day?
So there's a lot of roles in Hamilton that are multi-rolled. I don't think either of us, we haven't multi-rolled them. We've split them up to different Muppets. We're gonna still like speak about them together back to back. So let's start with Lawrence, who I have said is Scooter.
I've gone for Rizzo the Rat.
Oh, I like that though. I feel like Lawrence has one of the closest relationships to Hamilton.
Yeah.
Obviously there's a little bit of fruitiness maybe there. We don't know. We don't want to say anything, but you know, were they gay? There was definitely a hint to maybe. And I feel like it's so cute, the relationship between Kermit and Scooter. They seem like really close in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
And I feel like putting Scooter into Lawrence would be very fun and very cute. And also when Lawrence passes, that's gonna be so sad. That's gonna be so sad to see Scooter pass. I can't handle it.
What I would want to know, just in general with these castings, is like the statistics of who still cries and how much they cry on the basis of seeing it with a normal cast compared to seeing it with the Muppets.
I would cry. Excuse me, if Scooter is passing away, I would cry. I feel like for Philip, we're gonna be in agreement. It's Robin.
Yeah, it's Robin.
It's Robin.
I mean, that would make me sob.
And Robin the Frog, who did not die.
Oh, no!
Lafayette, may I present to you Fozzie Bear?
May I counter with Animal?
I feel like we've gone for a similar energy here.
Yeah, guns and ships.
I feel like somebody's done like a Muppets version of Hamilton where Fozzie starts to try and rap guns and ships and then stops because it's too fast. I swear this is not an original joke to me. I swear it's not. I swear somebody else has done this. Like, someone share the link in the comments because I want to give credit. But it's so funny. But could you imagine if Fozzie starts to rap guns and ships and it's too fast for him and he has to stop?
What, trying to do like a full like Broadway contract at the Richard Rodgers Theatre going, guys, it happened again. I still can't get this bloody song.
He's like, I'm taking this horse by the reins, thinking, oh my god, it's just too fast.
Yeah. Who wrote this? Jefferson? Who have you got for Jefferson?
Jefferson is the only human.
Okay, but who? You have to specify an actor.
I didn't get that far. Honestly, I think Daveed Diggs is like famous enough now that he could probably play it.
Yeah.
But I do think it's very funny, the idea of the rap battle, and it's just like Kermit the Frog being against a human.
Sorry, Kermit, buddy. It's not going to go well for you there. I've gone for Gonzo as Jefferson. I want that flamboyant energy. I want the pink and purple
Gonzo
coat.
does have the flamboyance, yes. Madison and Mulligan. My Mulligan is Animal.
Nice. Mine is Pepe the King Prawn.
I feel like Mulligan comes off as like, especially with like the bruh, I am Hercules Mulligan. There's like there's like that grit underneath it and like the energy that I feel like kind of matches a little bit to an Animal. Like I feel like Animal is like, if you were exaggerating some of that to like an extreme level, I feel like Animal would play that very well.
Who have you gone for Madison?
Rolf.
Oh.
Because I feel like he's a bit more grounded.
Yeah.
Like, that's a nice contrast, because Mulligan has that, like, energy and ferocity. I feel like matches an Animal. And then Rolf always comes off as, like, very laid back and, like, calm. I feel like that kind of energy matches what we get from Mulligan. He's always kind of like the side to the more bigger characters, like a Jefferson, like a Burr. I feel like that would work because he's always been that kind of laid back force, similar to like Pepe. I could also see Pepe doing someone like Madison more than Mulligan.
I've gone for Bunsen Honeydew. I think he's quite serious. He's quite,
But then I need Beaker. I need Beaker to be paired up with him, and that's the only thing. Which means that Beaker has to be Jefferson.
That I'll allow. I will have Beaker in that purple coat.
George Washington. We are agreed on this, I know for a fact. We've both got for Sam the Eagle.
We have. Who else is going to play George Washington?
It has to be that, like, love for America and, like, the sternness of it. I can really picture him doing Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Your Story, I can really picture him doing that aside and, like, that moment where he gives the advice. Because, like, he also plays, like, the teacher as well in Muppets Christmas Carol. He's always, like, those senior roles. I can see it.
Yeah, good casting. Good choice. Great minds.
King George III. Now, I know your casting choice for this, and I know it's perfect, but I have given them a different role. I would like to alternatively pitch that King George III becomes King George's III, and it is Statler and Waldorf.
I do quite like that. I have them somewhere else.
It's just them taking the piss. Like, I feel like that role is like that. I feel like that role is so perfect for them. I like your pitch. I just think it's too small a role to give too big a Muppet.
I think if Jonathan Groff could do it, so can Fozzie Bear. Do you know what I mean?
I can see that. I can see that.
I think he'd play it quite camp and quite like.
He would play it very camp. And I get like that moment in the spotlight is very fitting to a Fozzie.
Yeah.
And like I do love it. I can't argue against it. I cannot. I can't. I'm just like I want Fozzie to be a friend.
Yeah. Sometimes these Muppets, they gotta act,
And to be fair, like Fozziewig isn't a very big role in Muppets Christmas Carol.
No. He's there, he's nice, he's gone.
But it's a very fitting role for him. So I can see it. That's what I say. I can see it. I also like my pitch. I also like him as Lafayette, but I can see it. Samuel Seabury, Swedish chef.
I do like that. That's good. I've gone for a different route altogether. It's really important that you see Kermit's I gotta talk over this person. I've gone for Bean Bunny.
So funny, balls with a tiny little rabbit. Kermit's gonna look so evil talking over him.
He's got to. I'm sorry. Hamilton is a complex character.
But it is very fitting with the little scroll. Yeah, I can see.
Akin to God rest ye merry gentlemen. Like, I think it's very. I think it works. Charles Lee. I have Beaker. Me.
So my Charles Lee, I'd run out of Muppets. I'm gonna be honest. I've run out of Muppets. New Zealand. I don't know. I just think him waving his little fish. In like the first Muppets where he's like, "Do I get a role?" Is it him who's like, "I get a role," and he's like, "The next one." This is his time.
Oh,
I like the idea that he's promoted to this role. Like,
it makes sense.
I'm like that's fun.
I have my last one is Georgica, and simply because of the fact that Georgica sits in a theatre box, I have Statler and Waldorf.
Can I give a funny pitch that I've just thought of now?
Mm-hmm.
Can we invent a new Muppet that is just the evil version of Robin?
No, I will not have this Robin slander.
It's Robin the Frog, but with a mole as well.
And we can't have Robin slander.
Who haven't I cast in this one yet? Oh, Uncle Deadly, maybe?
Ah, yeah, makes sense.
Rizzo the Rat.
You can't have Rizzo the Rat shoot Hamilton's son.
No, do you know who can? Pepe. Pepe has the right energy for it. Pepe has the right, like, lax energy for Georgica.
I think,
Georgica is, like, so nonchalant. Pepe the Prawn. Let's go.
I think this is possibly one of the weirdest things I've ever filmed to put on the internet.
And somehow, simultaneously, also the best thing you've ever filmed
this
on the
is
internet.
the best use of my time ever.
But this is so brilliant because I can just get other guests on or even bring you back, and we can just keep casting musicals with the Muppets.
Bring me back, Ellie. This is brilliant.
So in the comments down below, let us know. Do you have better casting choices for these Muppets? Who had the better casting choice for the Muppets overall? Was it me, or was it the person who kept casting Beaker into main roles? And also, make sure you check out Amelia for her amazing stitchy business. Check out her socials. She's just done a big rebrand. It looks very gorgeous and very pretty. You need to be supporting Amelia through this after giving up several hours of her day today to speak about the Muppets. If you did enjoy this video, please consider hitting like and subscribe. It really helps me, it helps the channel. Here's some links to some other videos on screen right now, and a link to my Instagram if you'd like to drop me a follow over there. And a huge thank you to our channel members for supporting me and the silly things I do over here. But that's it for me today, and I hopefully see you next time. Bye!